God says, Jesus is calling your name with tears right now. Do not turn away, not even for 1 second, because this moment carries something your spirit needs to hear. Something unexpected is coming. Listen to God now before the hour passes. Do not skip past God. I am speaking with urgency because heaven is leaning toward your life in this very moment. Jesus is calling your name with deep emotion because something serious is beginning to unfold around you. And I do not want you to miss the guidance and protection I am sending now. This is not meant to fill you with fear. It is meant to awaken your heart so you understand how deeply you are loved and how strongly you are being drawn back into my presence. If you feel even the smallest stirring inside your chest as you read these words, write Amen in the comments as a sign that your heart is open to me. I am reaching for you because what is coming will require faith, attention, and a heart that refuses to look away. When I say Jesus is weeping and calling your name, it means heaven has seen every struggle surrounding your life. There have been moments when you felt alone, misunderstood, and weighed down by things no one around you could see. Yet every tear you cried was noticed, and every silent prayer that never reached human ears still reached my throne. I am speaking now because I will not allow you to walk blindly into what is ahead without strength, direction, and covering. Something unexpected is approaching your life. And I am not speaking these words to harm you, but to prepare you. Many people ignore the quiet sound of my voice until the moment has already arrived. And then they feel lost, shaken, and confused. I want you to understand that I am warning you because you are not forgotten. I am drawing you closer so that when this moment arrives, you will not stand alone, and you will recognize my hand guiding you through it. You must understand that my voice often comes during ordinary moments. It does not always come through thunder, signs, or dramatic displays. Sometimes it comes as a whisper within your spirit, telling you to slow down, to listen, and to turn your eyes back toward me. That whisper is reaching you now because your life carries purpose, and the path before you cannot unfold rightly if you keep ignoring the gentle call that has followed you for so long. Your heart has been tired lately, and I know the weight you have carried in silence. There were days when hope felt far away, and nights when your mind could not rest because worry kept circling your thoughts. Yet I saw every one of those moments, and I never stepped away from you. The reason you are reading these words now is because I am drawing you back under my protection before something important begins to unfold. If these words are awakening faith inside you, take a moment to press the like button on this video so this light can continue reaching others who also need guidance and comfort from me today. Small acts of faith may seem simple, but they open doors for grace to move in ways you cannot yet see. When you respond to my voice with sincerity, heaven responds with strength, protection, and direction. You may wonder why Jesus would call your name with such emotion. The reason is simple and powerful. Your life matters more than you realize, and the enemy has tried many times to distract you from the path prepared for you. Heaven sees the attacks, the discouragement, and the confusion that have surrounded you, and that is why my voice is reaching for you now with urgency and love. Do not mistake this call for rejection or anger. I am not pushing you away. I am pulling you closer before a moment arrives that will require courage and clarity. Many people drift through life without realizing when God is guiding them away from danger or toward a blessing. I refuse to let that happen to you, because your future still carries purpose, restoration, and victories you have not yet imagined. There are things shifting around your life even now, Some relationships will change. Certain paths will close. And new opportunities will appear in ways you did not expect. When these changes begin, people around you may not understand what is happening. But if you stay close to me and listen carefully, you will realize that I am positioning you exactly where you need to be. The tears of Jesus that I spoke about are not tears of hopelessness. They are tears of love, care, and urgency. They reveal how deeply heaven cares about the direction of your life. You were never created to wander without hope or purpose. You were created to walk in light, strength, and faith that becomes stronger through every challenge you face. You have survived moments that could have broken your spirit completely. There were situations that should have destroyed your peace. Yet somehow you continued moving forward. That strength was not an accident. It was my hand holding you steady, even when you did not realize I was there. The same hand is reaching for you now because the next season of your life requires trust and attention to my voice. Right now, heaven is you to pause and listen instead of rushing through another ordinary day. I know how quickly life moves and how easily distractions pull your attention in every direction. Yet, this moment is different. The reason I continue speaking to you is because your heart still matters deeply to heaven. I see the quiet places inside your life that others never notice. And I understand the emotions you often hide behind a calm face. There have been times when you tried to convince yourself that everything would simply work out on its own. Yet inside you still felt the need for my guidance. I'm speaking again now because I want you to realize that the call you heard earlier was not temporary or accidental. It is the voice of a father who refuses to let you walk blindly when I can lead you with wisdom and protection. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance? A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual, now helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth, verified by 4 top neuroscience labs. This easy at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations. It's all happening for real people. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The days ahead may feel different from what you expected, and some of those differences may arrive suddenly when changes appear. It will be easy to think that everything is falling apart or moving in the wrong direction. Yet, I want you to understand something that will steady your heart. What seems like disruption at first can often be the beginning of alignment, where I move certain things away so that something stronger and healthier can take their place. There have been people in your life who influenced your thoughts more than you realized. Some of them brought encouragement and kindness, while others quietly planted doubt, fear, or discouragement. You may not have recognized how those influences slowly shaped your perspective. That is why I am speaking clearly now, because I want you to begin listening to my voice above every other voice that surrounds you. My guidance will not always sound loud or dramatic. Sometimes it arrives as a calm sense inside your spirit that tells you to move carefully, to step back, or to take courage when fear tries to enter your thoughts. Those gentle moments are not random feelings. They are signs that I am still walking beside you, guiding your decisions and guarding your future. You must remember that your life was never meant to be controlled by fear. Fear tries to convince you that every unknown situation will end badly. It whispers that you are not strong enough or wise enough to face what is ahead. Yet fear does not come from me. The strength inside you was planted by my hand long before you ever faced these challenges. The tears of Jesus that I spoke about earlier reveal something powerful about heaven's heart toward you. They show compassion that refuses to ignore the struggles you carry, every disappointment you experienced, every moment when hope seemed distant, and every time you wondered if your prayers were heard has been seen and remembered. None of those moments were wasted or forgotten, even when you felt like your faith was weak. Heaven never stopped reaching toward you. Sometimes people believe they must be perfect before they can approach me again. They think they must fix every mistake and remove every weakness on their own. Yet, I do not call you back because you are perfect. I call you back because you are loved. You may notice that certain thoughts are beginning to shift in your mind as you continue listening. The heaviness that once filled your thoughts may start giving way to quiet hope. This is not your imagination. It is the effect of truth, entering a place where doubt once lived. Your life has more value than you often realize. There are people who will one day be encouraged, simply because you chose to keep going when everything felt difficult. Your perseverance will become a light that guides others through their own struggles. That is one of the reasons heaven refuses to let you give up now. Many times the enemy tries to isolate people by convincing them that their pain is meaningless. He whispers that no one understands their struggles and that their efforts will never matter. Those lies are meant to weaken your spirit so that you stop moving forward. I am reminding you today that those whispers are not the truth about your life. If your heart is beginning to feel the strength of my presence again, write 777 inches, the comments, as a declaration that you choose faith over fear. Small acts of faith open space for courage to grow inside your heart. When you acknowledge my presence, you remind yourself that you are never walking alone. The situation that I warned you about earlier will not arrive to destroy your future. It will reveal where your trust truly stands. Some moments in life become turning points where people either draw closer to me or drift further away. I am calling you now so that when that moment arrives, your heart will already be anchored in my guidance. You have faced disappointment before, and each time you slowly rebuilt your strength. Those experiences prepared you for more than you realize. They taught you patience, endurance, and the quiet courage to keep moving forward even when circumstances seemed unclear. Do not underestimate how much growth has already happened inside you. The person you were several years ago is not the same person reading these words today. Your perspective has matured, your understanding has deepened, and your heart has become more aware of my presence. Sometimes growth happens so gradually that you fail to notice it. Yet heaven sees every step of that journey. I have watched your heart slowly learn to trust again after moments of doubt. I have seen you search for meaning during seasons when answers felt far away. The future that is unfolding before you contains opportunities to experience my guidance in ways you have never experienced before. You will begin to notice moments where doors open unexpectedly, or where a simple decision leads to an outcome that feels guided by something greater than chance. These moments are reminders that I am actively involved in your life. I do not simply watch from a distance. I walk beside you, protecting paths you cannot see, and redirecting situations that could have harmed you. There are blessings that have not yet reached you because the right moment has not arrived. Timing is often the difference between confusion and clarity. When something arrives too early, it may create chaos instead of growth. That is why I sometimes ask you to be patient, even when your heart desires immediate answers. Your patience will not be wasted. Every season of waiting carries preparation within it. While you were learning endurance, I was arranging circumstances that will one day reveal why certain delays were necessary. Soon you will begin noticing that certain worries which once felt overwhelming are slowly losing their power. The more you turn your attention toward my voice, the less control those fears will have over your thoughts. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This sept-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives, from crushing debt to dream vacations. This could be your shortcut to abundance. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Faith does not remove every challenge from your life, but it transforms how you face them. Instead of feeling alone, you begin to recognize that you are supported by a strength greater than your own. As you move forward from this moment, remember that the call you heard earlier was not meant to frighten you. It was meant to awaken you. Jesus calls your name because heaven desires your life to flourish, not to fade into confusion or despair. Hold tightly to this truth as the next days unfold. My presence will remain beside you, guiding your decisions, protecting your heart, and reminding you that your life is still surrounded by purpose, hope, and a future that is far from finished. Because I am calling your heart back to the place where faith becomes your foundation again. When you return to that place, confusion begins to fade and clarity begins to rise. As you continue listening with an open heart, declare your trust by writing 1,111 inches. The comments as a sign that you believe I am guiding your steps, even when the path is not fully clear yet. Faith is not built by seeing every detail ahead. Faith grows when you choose to trust my presence, even when the road seems uncertain. The warning I spoke earlier about something shocking coming was not meant to place fear inside your spirit. It was meant to awaken awareness so that you recognize the importance of staying connected to me. Sometimes life shifts quickly, and when those moments arrive, people often feel unprepared or overwhelmed. Yet when your heart is anchored in faith, even unexpected situations lose the power to break you. Instead, they become moments where you see my strength working through your weakness. There are things happening behind the scenes that you cannot see yet. Certain events are aligning. Certain conversations will soon take place. And certain truths will begin to surface that were once hidden from you. When those moments arrive, you may feel surprised by how suddenly things change. Yet I want you to remember something very important when that time comes. Nothing that unfolds will catch me by surprise, and nothing will happen outside the reach of my protection over your life. You have wondered before why certain doors closed even when you prayed for them to remain open. You struggled to understand why some opportunities slipped away or why certain relationships slowly faded. At the time, it felt confusing and painful, and you questioned whether your prayers had been ignored. Yet, many of those closed doors were actually protection that you did not recognize in the moment. Some paths would have led you into deeper struggles if they had remained open. The path ahead of you requires clarity, strength, and a renewed sense of purpose. That is why I continue speaking to your heart now. When you begin to understand that my guidance is leading you step by step, the fear of the unknown starts to lose its grip on your thoughts. You begin to walk forward with quiet confidence instead of constant worry. There have been nights when you looked at your life and wondered if things would ever truly change. You questioned whether your efforts were meaningful or whether your prayers were simply disappearing into silence. Yet, every one of those moments was heard. Even when you felt that heaven was quiet, your words were not lost. They were part of a larger story that was still unfolding. Your faith may have felt small at times, but small faith is still powerful when it is sincere. I do not measure your faith by how loudly you speak or how perfect your life appears to others. I look at the honesty of your heart. When you choose to keep believing, even during difficult seasons, that faith becomes stronger than you realize. Some of the struggles you faced were preparing you for responsibilities that are approaching. You may not have recognized it at the time, but every difficult season shaped something inside your character. Patience grew where frustration once lived. Compassion developed where judgment once stood. Strength formed where weakness once tried to take control. If your heart senses that you are being guided through something meaningful right now, write 999 inches comments as a quiet declaration that you trust the direction I am leading you toward. Acts of faith strengthen your awareness that you are not walking this path by accident. They remind you that heaven is actively involved in your journey. There will soon be moments when you look back and realize that this season marked the beginning of a transformation. The person you are becoming will carry more peace, more understanding, and more courage than the person you once believed yourself to be. Growth often begins in quiet moments like this, where truth enters your heart slowly and gently. The tears of Jesus that I spoke about earlier reflect a love that refuses to abandon you. They represent compassion that continues reaching toward you, even when you felt distant from my presence. Many people imagine that heaven grows tired of calling them back after they have wandered too far. Yet, my love does not operate that way. My voice continues calling because your life remains valuable and full of potential. The enemy often tries to convince people that they have missed their opportunity or that their mistakes have closed every door. Those thoughts are meant to discourage you so that you stop believing in the future I prepared for you. Yet, the truth is far different. Your story is not finished, and your purpose has not been erased. What is coming into your life will require courage, but courage does not mean you must face everything by yourself. My presence will walk beside you in ways you may only understand fully when you look back later. There will be moments when strength rises within you, unexpectedly, and you will realize it did not come from your effort alone. You will also begin to notice certain people entering your life at the exact time you need them. Some will bring encouragement, wisdom, or support in moments when your heart needs it most. These encounters will not be random. They will be part of the way I guide you into the next chapter of your journey. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many people are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has now surfaced, revealing a brain-hacking ritual said to pull wealth toward people like magic. It only takes 7 seconds. You can do it from home. And it is supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are leaving debt behind and stepping into luxury right now. But this information will not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. Trust will become one of the strongest foundations of this season. Trust allows you to move forward, even before every detail has been revealed. When you trust my guidance, you begin to understand that uncertainty does not have to become fear. Instead, it becomes a place where faith can grow stronger. You have been protected from dangers you never even knew were near you. Situations that could have harmed your future were quietly redirected before they could reach you. Many times, people only recognize protection when they look back and realize how differently certain events could have ended. Remember that my presence is not only for moments of crisis. I am present in your quiet mornings, your ordinary tasks, and your moments of reflection. Every part of your life matters to me. Even the details you may consider small or insignificant. As the next days unfold, stay aware of the calm guidance that begins rising within your heart. When you feel that gentle direction telling you to pause, speak kindly, step away from negativity, or pursue something meaningful, pay attention to it. That guidance will often lead you toward peace instead of confusion. You are not being called into a future ruled by fear. You are being called into a future where faith becomes the anchor of your life. Even when challenges appear, they will not define your destiny, because my presence will continue shaping the outcome. The road ahead will reveal that the warning you heard earlier was truly a sign of love. It was heaven reaching toward you before the moment arrived, preparing your heart to walk through it with strength and understanding. As you continue listening, I want you to understand something that will quiet the storm inside your thoughts. The urgency you felt earlier was never meant to pull you away from peace. It was meant to draw you closer to my presence before the noise of life tried to distract you again. Many people experience a moment of awakening and then slowly drift back into the same patterns that once kept them distant from me. I am speaking again, so your heart remains steady and aware of the direction your life is moving. The reason heaven called your name with such intensity is because your life is not ordinary in the way you often believe. There are purposes connected to your journey that reach far beyond the struggles you have faced. You may have looked at your circumstances and assumed your story was small or unnoticed. Yet every step you have taken, even through confusion and hardship, has been part of a path that still carries meaning. Sometimes the greatest turning points in life begin quietly. They do not always arrive with loud announcements or dramatic signs. Instead, they begin in moments like this, when truth enters your heart and slowly reshapes the way you see yourself and your future. When that shift begins, your decisions start changing, your thoughts begin to clear, and the direction of your life gradually moves towards something stronger. There were seasons when you felt as if everything around you was moving forward while you remained stuck in the same place. You watched others succeed, build relationships, or find opportunities while you continued carrying burdens that seemed never-ending. In those moments, it was easy to wonder whether your effort would ever lead to something meaningful. Yet, the truth is that waiting seasons often prepare foundations that cannot be built during easier times. Your patience during difficult moments has shaped a strength that many people never develop. It has taught you to endure without losing your compassion, and to continue hoping even when results were not immediate. Those qualities will soon become important in ways you cannot fully see yet. The future that is unfolding before you will require the kind of resilience that you have been quietly building. The warning that something shocking may come is not a declaration of disaster. It is a reminder that life sometimes changes direction suddenly. When that moment arrives, those who are prepared with faith stand firm, while others feel lost. My desire is for you to stand with clarity and courage, knowing that you are guided rather than abandoned. There will be moments ahead when you feel tempted to return to old fears. You may hear thoughts telling you that you are not ready, or that the path before you is too uncertain. Yet, those thoughts are echoes of the past, not reflections of the truth about your future. The truth is that you have grown stronger than you once believed possible. If your spirit senses that you are being prepared for something meaningful, write 1010 inches the comments as a declaration of faith that you are ready to walk forward with courage. Speaking faith aloud strengthens your heart and reminds you that you are not facing the future alone. Each act of trust invites peace to replace the fear that once filled your thoughts. The tears of Jesus that I spoke about earlier also represent compassion for the battles you fought quietly. There were moments when you felt unseen by the world, yet heaven never stopped watching over you. Every effort you made to keep moving forward was noticed, even when no one else acknowledged it. Your perseverance was not wasted, and your struggles were not meaningless. You are now entering a season where clarity will begin replacing confusion. Situations that once felt tangled and overwhelming will slowly start revealing their purpose. Some relationships will become stronger, while others may fade away because they were never meant to walk with you into the next chapter of your life. Do not be afraid when certain changes occur. Growth often requires releasing things that once felt familiar. Just as a tree must shed old leaves before new ones can grow, some parts of your life will shift so that new blessings can take root. These changes are not signs of loss, but signs of preparation. You will begin noticing that your perspective toward life is changing. The worries that once dominated your thoughts will start losing their power. Instead of focusing on every possible problem, you will begin seeing opportunities for growth and healing. This transformation will not happen all at once, but it will unfold step by step. Have you heard about the top secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth to you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it's not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with total peace of mind. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Remember that faith is not the absence of difficulty. Faith is the decision to trust my presence even when circumstances appear uncertain. When you walk with that trust, you begin to see that challenges are not meant to destroy you. They become tools that shape your character and deepen your understanding of who you truly are. The next stage of your life will involve moments where your influence reaches others in ways you did not expect. People who once felt discouraged may find hope simply by watching how you continue standing with faith. Your journey will become a quiet testimony that perseverance and trust can lead to restoration. You may not see yourself as a source of inspiration, yet your story carries strength that others will recognize. The struggles you survived have given you a depth of understanding that cannot be taught through easy experiences. When you speak with kindness and honesty, people will sense that your words come from real endurance rather than empty advice. I want you to remember something clearly as this journey continues. My guidance will not force you into anything that harms your spirit. My voice leads toward peace, wisdom, and growth. When you follow that direction, your life begins aligning with the purpose that has always been waiting for you. Even when you face moments of uncertainty, my presence remains constant. I am with you during your quiet mornings, your moments of reflection, and your decisions that shape the direction of your future. Nothing about your life is too small for my attention. You were never meant to carry every burden alone. The weight that once felt overwhelming can be placed into my hands. When you release those worries, you create space for peace to enter your thoughts and strengthen your heart. As you continue moving forward, hold on to the understanding that this moment was not accidental. Heaven called your name because your path still holds meaning and possibility. The urgency you heard was love reaching toward you before the next chapter of your life begins to unfold. Soon you will look back on this season and recognize it as the point where your awareness shifted. It will become the moment when you realize that my presence had been guiding you far longer than you ever understood. What once seemed uncertain will begin to reveal a pattern of protection and purpose. Earlier you heard that Jesus is calling your name with tears. And that truth carries a powerful message. Those tears reveal how deeply heaven cares about the direction of your heart. They show that you are not just another face moving through the world unnoticed. You are someone whose life still matters in the unfolding story that I am writing across time. Even when you felt invisible to the world, you were never invisible to me. There were moments when you thought your prayers were too small to matter. You spoke quietly, sometimes unsure if anyone was truly listening. Yet every word that came from your heart reached me. I heard the gratitude you whispered during peaceful days, and I heard the cries you released during nights of exhaustion. None of those prayers disappeared into silence. They became seeds that are still growing into answers. The urgency of this call is connected to something that is approaching in your life. change does not always arrive slowly. Sometimes it appears suddenly, reshaping circumstances and forcing new decisions to be made quickly. If you enter those moments without faith, confusion will try to take control of your thoughts. That is why I am preparing your heart now, so that when the moment arrives, you will stand steady instead of shaken. You have already survived situations that once felt impossible to endure. There were days when you believed the pressure would break you completely. Yet somehow you continued moving forward, even when your strength felt nearly gone. That endurance was not simply your own effort. My presence quietly supported you through those storms. Even when you could not recognize it at the time, many people measure their worth by what they achieve or how others respond to them. When success appears, they feel valued. When failure or rejection occurs, they begin doubting their entire identity. Yet your worth was never meant to depend on the approval of people. Your value was established long before you faced any success or disappointment. There is something important that you must understand during this season. The enemy often tries to attack people who are close to discovering their true purpose. He creates distractions, discouragement, and confusion so that they never recognize the direction their lives were meant to take. Some of the struggles you experienced were not random events. They were attempts to slow your progress and cloud your vision, but those attempts did not succeed. You are still here. You are still listening. Your heart still responds when truth reaches it. That alone shows that the plan for your life has not been destroyed. It only means the journey has required more perseverance than you expected. If your heart feels a quiet confirmation that you are being guided and protected even during uncertainty, write 1,212 inches. The comments as a declaration that you trust the path I am unfolding before you. Faith grows stronger when it is expressed openly. Each time you acknowledge my presence, you strengthen the connection between your heart and my guidance. As the next days and weeks unfold, you will begin noticing moments where clarity appears unexpectedly. A conversation may reveal something you had not understood before. An opportunity may appear that seems perfectly timed. Even a simple moment of reflection may suddenly bring insight about decisions you once struggled to make. These moments are not accidents. They are reminders that I am still active in your life. My guidance often works through ordinary situations rather than dramatic signs. When you remain attentive, you will recognize how those ordinary moments slowly shape the direction of your future. There are also people whose paths will cross yours in meaningful ways. Some will offer encouragement that arrives exactly when you need it most. Others may challenge you to grow beyond the limits you once accepted for yourself. Each of these encounters will contribute to the transformation that is already beginning inside your life. You have spent long seasons believing that you were simply trying to survive. You focused on getting through each day without allowing discouragement to take complete control of your thoughts. Yet, survival was never meant to be the final destination of your story. You were created for growth, purpose, and influence that extends beyond your own struggles. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into fortune? A covert CIA finding exposes a strange 7-second ritual that activates money, attracting brainwaves on autopilot. Supported by science and 4 elite labs, this home ritual is turning struggling people into dream lifestyle owners. But this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted from the internet forever. The future ahead of you will reveal that many of the hardships you faced were shaping qualities that will soon become valuable. Compassion, patience, and resilience are strengths that cannot be built during easy seasons. They are forged during moments when you choose to keep believing, even while everything around you feels uncertain. When the moment of change arrives, you will realize that the warnings you heard earlier were not signs of danger, but signs of preparation. Heaven was simply calling your attention so that you would not walk into the next chapter of your life without awareness of my presence. Your heart may still carry some fear about what lies ahead. That is natural for anyone who has experienced disappointment before. Yet, fear does not have to control your decisions anymore. Faith gives you the ability to move forward, even when every detail of the future has not been revealed. Remember that I am not asking you to understand everything immediately. I am simply asking you to keep your heart open to my guidance. When you take one step in faith, clarity for the next step will appear. The journey unfolds gradually, not all at once. The tears of Jesus that I spoke about earlier also represent hope. They show that heaven refuses to remain silent when someone it loves is standing near a turning point. His voice calls your name because your story is not finished and your purpose has not been erased. Soon you will begin noticing that certain worries no longer carry the same weight they once did. Situations that once caused sleepless nights will start losing their power over your thoughts. Peace will slowly take the place of anxiety as you recognize that my presence has been guiding you all along. When that peace begins to grow inside you, hold on to it carefully. Do not allow the noise of the world to drown out the quiet assurance that comes from my voice. That assurance is the anchor that will keep your heart steady during moments of uncertainty. The path ahead of you may still contain challenges, but those challenges will not define your future. They will only become stepping stones that lead you towards stronger faith and deeper understanding. What once felt like obstacles will eventually reveal themselves as part of the preparation that shaped you into who you are becoming. As you continue listening, I want you to settle your heart and breathe in the peace that comes from knowing you are not alone in this moment. When heaven calls your name, it is not because you are in danger of being abandoned. It is because you are being invited into deeper awareness of my presence. The urgency you felt earlier was a wake-up call meant to draw your attention back to the truth that your life is still being guided. When you slow down long enough to hear me, you begin to understand that nothing about your journey has been random. There have been times when you felt as if life was moving too quickly for you to keep up. Situations appeared one after another, and before you could process one challenge, another seemed to arrive. In those seasons, it was easy to feel overwhelmed and unsure of which direction to take. Yet even when confusion surrounded you, my hand was still protecting your path. Many things that could have harmed you were quietly redirected before they ever reached your life. The tears of Jesus I spoke about earlier also reveal a compassion deeper than human understanding. Those tears show that heaven does not watch your struggles from far away without feeling the weight you carry. Your pain has never been ignored. Every moment of loneliness, every disappointment, and every silent cry has been seen. Compassion like that does not remain distant. It reaches toward you with guidance, covering, and protection. The reason I keep calling your heart back to my voice is because distractions are everywhere. The world constantly pulls your attention toward worry, comparison, and endless noise that fills your mind. When those distractions become louder, it becomes harder to hear the quiet direction that leads you into peace. This moment is an invitation to remember where your strength truly comes from. You were never meant to depend only on your own understanding. Human wisdom often sees only a small part of the picture. It reacts quickly to fear or pressure, and sometimes leads people into choices that create more confusion later. My guidance works differently. It sees the full path ahead, including turns you cannot yet imagine. When you begin to trust that guidance, your decisions become calmer and more thoughtful. you start realizing that you do not have to rush every choice or answer every worry immediately. Instead, you can pause and allow wisdom to lead you forward. That pause creates space for clarity to enter your thoughts. Your life has been shaped by many experiences that tested your patience and endurance. At times, you wondered why certain struggles lasted so long. You questioned whether the effort you were giving would ever become something meaningful. Yet the truth is, every one of those experiences was forming strength inside your character. If your heart senses that something important is unfolding in your life right now, write 555 inches. The comments as a quiet declaration that you believe I am guiding you through this season. When you express faith openly, it strengthens your awareness that you are walking with purpose instead of wandering through uncertainty. The changes approaching your life will reveal how much you have grown. Situations that once might have shaken your confidence will now meet a steadier heart. Instead of reacting with fear, you will begin responding with patience and understanding. That transformation is one of the signs that your spirit is maturing. You may also notice that certain habits or thoughts that once felt natural no longer feel comfortable. Old patterns of worry or doubt will begin losing their grip on your mind. This does not mean you will never face challenges again. It means your perspective is shifting toward faith instead of constant fear. Why are so many claiming this CIA ritual changed their life in just 7 seconds? This leaked CIA ritual is said to be powerful and highly effective. A 7-second brainwave hack backed by 4 neuroscience labs is helping regular people move from broke to abundant dream homes, cars, trips. It is all being called within reach. But this video could disappear from the internet at any time. So click the link in the description and comments now to see it before it is gone forever. As that shift continues, you will begin noticing opportunities that once passed by unseen. Doors may open in ways that feel unexpected. Conversations may lead to ideas or paths you had never considered before. These moments are reminders that your future is still unfolding with possibility. There will also be moments when patience is required. Not every answer will appear instantly, and not every situation will resolve as quickly as you hope. Yet patience does not mean you are being ignored. Often, it means the right timing has not fully arrived yet. Your story is still being written, and every chapter builds on the lessons that came before it. The struggles you faced taught you empathy for others who feel discouraged. The challenges you endured strengthened your ability to remain calm when life becomes difficult. Those qualities will soon begin to influence the people around you. Many individuals you meet will sense something different about your presence. They may notice a calm strength in the way you speak, or a quiet confidence in the way you respond to difficulties. What they are noticing is the effect of faith growing inside your life. The tears of Jesus that called your name earlier were not only about urgency, they were also about hope. They revealed that heaven sees your potential even when you struggle to see it yourself. When compassion like that reaches towards you, it is inviting you to step into the future with courage. Do not underestimate how valuable your life is. You may believe that your impact is small, yet the choices you make influence more people than you realize. A kind word, an act of patience, or a moment of encouragement can change the direction of someone else's day. As you continue moving forward, remember that my presence is not limited to extraordinary moments. I am with you during quiet mornings, ordinary conversations, and simple tasks that fill your day. When you recognize that truth, even the smallest parts of life begin to feel meaningful. The journey ahead will not be perfect, but it will be guided. You will encounter situations that challenge you, Yet you will also experience moments of peace that remind you how closely I am walking beside you. Every step will reveal a little more about the purpose that has always been waiting within your life. Soon you will look back on this season and understand why heaven called your name with such urgency. What once felt confusing will begin to make sense as events unfold. The preparation happening inside your heart right now will become the foundation that supports the next stage of your journey. The words you heard earlier about Jesus calling your name were not spoken lightly. They carry deep meaning about how closely heaven watches the direction of your life. There are times when a person stands near a turning point without even realizing it. From the outside, everything may appear ordinary. But inside the spirit, something important is beginning to shift. When that shift begins, I call your attention so you do not walk through the moment blindly. You have experienced many seasons where uncertainty surrounded you. Sometimes the future looked unclear, and you wondered if your efforts would ever lead somewhere meaningful. During those moments, it was easy to believe that life was simply happening around you without any greater purpose. Yet every step you took, even the ones that felt small or insignificant, was moving you closer to understanding who you truly are. Your life has been shaped by lessons that were not always easy to accept. Some of those lessons came through disappointment, while others came through waiting longer than you expected. Waiting often feels like silence. And silence can make a person question whether heaven is still listening. Yet waiting is rarely empty. It is usually the time when deeper strength is quietly forming inside your heart. The strength you have developed through those seasons will soon become important. There are situations ahead that will require patience and clarity, and the experiences you endured are preparing you to face them with wisdom. When others around you become overwhelmed by sudden change, you will discover that you can remain calm because your foundation has been built through perseverance. There have also been moments when you felt misunderstood by people around you. You tried to explain what you were feeling or what you believed was right. Yet your words were not always received with understanding. Those experiences may have made you feel isolated at times. But even during those moments when you felt alone, heaven was not distant from you. Every thought you carried, every worry that lingered in your mind, and every silent prayer that formed in your heart was known to me. Nothing about your life has ever been hidden from my sight. The struggles you endured were not signs that you were forgotten. They were part of a journey that continues to shape your character and deepen your awareness of my presence. If your heart feels the truth of these words and senses that you are being guided through a season of preparation, write 1515 inches in the comments as a declaration that you believe your life is still under my protection. Faith expressed openly strengthens the connection between your heart and the guidance I continue to give. You are beginning to enter a period where clarity will replace many of the questions that once troubled your thoughts. Situations that felt confusing will slowly begin revealing their meaning. You will look back on certain events and realize that what seemed like obstacles were actually redirections leading you towards something better. Sometimes my protection works in ways that people do not immediately understand. A door may close unexpectedly, and at first it feels like disappointment. Yet later you discover that the closed door prevented you from entering a situation that would have caused greater pain. Protection often appears disguised as delay or rejection. The same truth applies to the relationships that come and go throughout your life. Some people are meant to walk beside you only for a season, while others remain part of your journey for many years. When certain relationships fade away, it does not always mean something went wrong. Sometimes, it simply means the purpose of that connection has been fulfilled. What's really behind the 7-second brain technique that's making headlines and new millionaires? A stunning CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second brain ritual that's helping normal people wipe out debt and attract serious wealth. With proof from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into dream living. Homes, cars, vacations. It's all happening. But the government could take this down at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You will soon notice that your ability to recognize these shifts is growing stronger. Instead of clinging to situations that no longer bring peace, you will begin trusting that my guidance is gently leading you forward. This awareness will bring a sense of freedom that you have not felt for a long time. There are also blessings that have been quietly forming beyond your sight. The answers to prayers you spoke months or even years ago are still moving toward the right moment to appear. Timing is often the difference between confusion and fulfillment. When something arrives at the wrong moment, it may create more struggle than joy. Your patience during seasons of waiting has allowed those blessings to approach at the right time. Soon, you will begin noticing small signs that change is unfolding. Opportunities may appear in simple ways that do not seem dramatic at first, yet they will carry the potential to reshape your path. The tears of Jesus that I spoke about earlier also represent the deep compassion heaven holds for your journey. Those tears are not only expressions of urgency, they are also expressions of love that refuses to give up on you. Even when you felt distant from faith, heaven never stopped calling your name. That love is stronger than every mistake you believe you have made. Many people carry guilt that convinces them they are no longer worthy of guidance or forgiveness. Yet my grace does not operate according to human judgment. Grace reaches toward you, even when you believe you have wandered too far. You are still being invited into a future where hope replaces the weight of the past. The decisions you make from this moment forward will shape the direction of that future. When you choose to walk with faith and humility, you allow my guidance to direct your steps in ways that bring peace instead of regret. Remember that you do not have to solve every problem on your own. Life often becomes overwhelming when people try to control every outcome. Trust allows you to release the pressure of having all the answers. It reminds you that my wisdom is greater than any plan you could create alone. The path ahead may still hold moments of challenge, but those challenges will not destroy you. They will reveal the strength that has already been planted inside your spirit. Each time you overcome another difficulty, your confidence in my presence will grow stronger. As you continue walking forward, keep your heart open to the quiet guidance that rises within you. That guidance will often appear as a sense of peace when you move in the right direction, and a gentle caution when something does not align with the path prepared for you. One day you will look back at this season and understand why heaven called your name with such intensity. What once felt mysterious will begin making sense as the story unfolds. You will recognize that every warning, every encouragement, and every moment of reflection was part of a larger purpose shaping your life. As you remain here and continue listening, your heart is slowly becoming quieter, and that quietness allows my voice to reach deeper inside you. Many people rush past moments like this without realizing that they were standing at a place where clarity could begin. Yet you stayed. You allowed your attention to settle instead of turning away. That choice alone opens a doorway for my guidance to keep unfolding inside your life. When heaven calls your name with urgency, it is not because your life is about to collapse. It is because your attention is needed before the next step of your journey appears. Some people only recognize my presence after a situation has already overwhelmed them. They search for answers when confusion has already filled their hearts. I call you earlier so that your spirit can be steady when change arrives. The words you heard earlier about Jesus calling your name carry a message about love that refuses to remain silent. Heaven does not watch your struggles without caring. Every moment you felt discouraged, every time you doubted your own strength, and every night when your mind felt heavy with thoughts was noticed. Compassion like that cannot remain distant. It reaches out to guide you back toward hope. You have walked through seasons where you believed nothing was changing. Days passed, months moved forward, and yet the same challenges seemed to remain in front of you. During those moments, it was easy to feel as though life was standing still. Yet, growth often happens beneath the surface where it cannot be seen immediately, just as roots grow quietly beneath the soil before a tree rises toward the sky. Strength has been forming inside you during those waiting seasons. The patience you learned, the endurance you developed, and the humility that grew inside your heart are foundations that will soon support the next chapter of your life. You may not have recognized how much you have changed over time. The person you were in earlier years responded to difficulties very differently than you do now. Back then, fear may have quickly taken control of your thoughts. Now, there is a deeper awareness that allows you to pause and reflect before reacting. This growth is not accidental. It is part of the preparation that has been shaping your character. Every challenge you overcame added another layer of wisdom to your life. Every disappointment taught you something about resilience that cannot be learned through comfort alone. If your heart recognizes that you are stronger now than you once believed, write 17 inches the comments as a declaration that you trust the growth taking place inside you. When you acknowledge the work that has happened within your spirit, you open the door for even greater strength to rise. The changes that will soon unfold in your life may surprise you at first. Some situations may shift quickly, and certain paths that once seemed secure may begin to move in a different direction. Yet, do not interpret those shifts as signs that everything is falling apart. Sometimes, life rearranges itself so that you can step into something more aligned with your purpose. Is it finally time to try the same CIA secret ritual that's changing lives in seconds? This newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual transforming lives overnight, scientifically validated by 4 neuroscience labs. It rewires your mind to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and exotic travel. But this secret won't be online much longer. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently removed. Many people resist change because they fear losing what feels familiar. Even when a situation no longer brings peace, familiarity can make it difficult to release. Yet, when you trust my guidance, you begin to see that letting go of what no longer serves you creates space for something better to arrive. Your future still holds opportunities that you have not yet imagined. The experiences you went through were not meant to limit your life. They were meant to prepare you to appreciate the blessings that are approaching. When those blessings begin appearing, you will recognize that every difficult moment helped shape the person who was ready to receive them. The tears of Jesus that I spoke about earlier continue to represent the compassion heaven feels for your journey. Those tears are reminders that your life carries significance beyond what you see today. Heaven calls your name because you are not meant to drift through life without direction or hope. There are also people who will soon cross your path in meaningful ways. Some will offer wisdom that helps you see situations from a clearer perspective. Others will encourage you during moments when doubt tries to return. These encounters will not happen by chance. They will be part of the way I guide you forward. You will also notice that your own words begin carrying more influence than before. When you speak with sincerity and kindness, Others will sense the authenticity behind your voice. God says, "My heart is moved deeply. I have been reaching for your attention for hours. This is your final chance to hear me clearly. Listen to God now. Do not pass by God. My child, do not turn away from these words. Because I have been reaching toward your heart for hours, and you have almost missed the very moment that could change everything in front of you. I am speaking with urgency now because the road ahead of you is about to shift, and the warning you are hearing is not meant to terrify you. It is meant to protect you from a door that could lead you into pain. I see the heaviness you have been carrying, and I see the confusion surrounding your next step. That is why I am speaking plainly, so you do not move forward feeling alone. If your heart believes I am guiding you even now, write Amen in the comments to declare that you receive my voice. I have never been far from you, even during the times when your struggle made it feel that way. I have stood beside you while you questioned whether anyone truly saw the battles taking place inside your mind and heart. Every sleepless night, every moment of uncertainty, and every quiet tear has been seen by me. This is why I am calling your attention now with urgency, because what you are about to face requires careful listening and trust in the hand that is guiding you. You may have wondered why certain things in your life have been delayed, and why some doors that looked promising suddenly closed in front of you. It was not because I abandoned you, and it was not because you were forgotten. I closed those doors because what waited behind them carried consequences that could have harmed the future. I am preparing for you. What looked like delay from your side was protection from mine. Listen closely to what I am saying now, because this moment matters for your life. I have been speaking to your heart through small signs, quiet thoughts, and unexpected reminders throughout this day. Those moments were not coincidences, and they were not accidents. They were gentle calls from me, trying to draw your attention before you walked further towards something that would have brought sorrow. When I say this is your final chance, I do not mean my love for you is ending. My love for you remains constant and deeper than you understand. What I mean is that the opportunity to change direction before the coming moment will not remain open forever. I am calling you now while the door of wisdom is still open, so you can step onto the path that leads toward the life I prepared for you long before you understood your purpose. Pause for a moment and let your heart become still as you read these words. You are not here by accident, and you did not arrive at this moment randomly. I guided your attention here because I wanted your heart to hear what the distractions around you have been trying to silence. If these words are touching your spirit right now, take a moment to support this video with a like, so more people searching for hope can also find encouragement. You may have recently felt that something important was about to happen in your life, even though you could not explain the feeling clearly. That quiet sense inside you was my spirit gently preparing your heart. I have been working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. While you were worrying about tomorrow, I was already arranging pieces of your future so your path would open at the right time. There are voices of discouragement that try to convince you nothing will ever change for you. Those voices whisper that your struggles will continue and that your efforts will lead nowhere. Those voices do not come from me. I speak life over you, and I speak hope into the places of your heart that have felt empty, tired, and forgotten. I know the fears that rise inside your thoughts when you think about the future. You worry that you might make the wrong choice and lose the opportunity meant for you. You wonder whether you are strong enough to carry the responsibilities that may come. I am telling you now that you will not walk through those decisions alone, because my guidance will continue leading you step by step, even when you feel uncertain. I am still directing your path in ways you may only understand later. Many times, The clarity you desire appears after you choose to trust, not after you demand proof. Faith grows in moments when the road ahead is not fully visible, but your heart still chooses to walk with me. That kind of faith is powerful, and it opens doors that fear can never unlock. You have survived moments that once felt impossible. There were seasons when you thought you would never recover from the pain or confusion surrounding you. Yet, you are still here, still breathing, and still searching for light. That is not weakness, but evidence of the strength I placed inside you. Do not underestimate the resilience that lives within your spirit. Every trial you pass through was shaping your character and preparing you for responsibilities that require courage and compassion. The experiences that once seemed like losses will eventually become the wisdom that guides others through their own darkness. I want you to understand something very important about this moment. The warning you now is not meant to shame you or make you feel guilty. It is a loving call from a father who sees the danger ahead and refuses to remain silent. I would rather speak urgently to protect you than allow you to continue unaware. Many times people ask for guidance, but ignore the answers when they appear quietly. I know that your heart has been searching for direction recently. That is why I'm speaking with clarity now, so you will not overlook the opportunity to change course before it becomes more difficult. My voice is not harsh toward you, but protective, because I want your future to be filled with peace rather than regret. Is it finally time to try the same CIA secret ritual that's changing lives in seconds? This newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual transforming lives overnight, scientifically validated by 4 neuroscience labs. It rewires your mind to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and exotic travel. But this secret won't be online much longer. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently removed. As you listen, remember that you are not forgotten and you are not alone in the struggles you face. I am closer to you than the worries that try to overwhelm your thoughts. Even when circumstances appear uncertain, my plans for you remain steady and purposeful. If you believe that I am still guiding your life despite the storms you have faced, write 1111 in the comments to show your trust in my presence. Many people pass through seasons where they feel surrounded by confusion. Plans change unexpectedly. Relationships shift, and doors that once looked promising close without explanation. Yet within those moments of uncertainty, there is often a hidden form of protection taking place. Faith reminds us that not every closed door is a loss, and not every delay is failure. When a person pauses long enough to listen, they begin to understand that God's care is constantly working beneath the surface of life. Even when circumstances appear chaotic, there is a greater order unfolding beyond human understanding. Every moment of patience strengthens the heart, and every step of trust builds a deeper connection with divine purpose. This quiet strengthening prepares the soul for what lies ahead. Many people who walk through hardship feel forgotten for a time. They wonder why their prayers seem to echo into silence, and why their efforts appear to lead nowhere. Yet throughout history, countless believers have discovered that the periods of waiting were actually seasons of preparation. In those quiet seasons, character grows stronger, and faith becomes more resilient. Sometimes what feels like delay is actually divine timing at work. Human plans often focus on immediate outcomes, but God's plans reach far beyond the present moment. A door that opens too early can lead to trouble, while a door that opens at the right time can transform a life. Learning to trust that timing is one of the deepest lessons of faith. As you reflect on these words, take a moment to affirm your faith quietly in your heart. If these thoughts resonate with your spirit, write Amen in the comments to express your belief in God's guidance. There are moments when life presents choices that shape the direction of the future. Those moments rarely arrive with loud announcements or dramatic signals. Instead, they appear quietly, wrapped inside ordinary decisions and everyday circumstances. A conversation, a sudden thought, or an unexpected opportunity can become the turning point of a person's path. This is why spiritual awareness matters so deeply. When the heart becomes attentive to God's presence, even the smallest moment can carry wisdom. Guidance does not always arrive through grand events. Sometimes it comes through the quiet conviction that gently leads a person away from harm and toward peace. Throughout Scripture and Christian tradition, believers have always understood that God's care reaches into the details of daily life. Nothing is too small for divine attention. The struggles, hopes, and fears that fill the human heart are all known and understood by the Creator who formed that heart. Because of this, no prayer is ever truly unheard. Faith also reminds us that challenges are not meaningless obstacles. They often become the training ground where strength and wisdom develop. Every difficulty teaches patience, and every trial reveals the endurance that lies within the human spirit. Over time, those experiences shape a person into someone capable of helping others through similar storms. Think about the moments in your life when things seemed impossible. Perhaps there were times when you felt certain that nothing good could come from the circumstances surrounding you. Yet somehow the story continued, and strength appeared where weakness once stood. Those moments become powerful reminders that divine help often arrives in ways we cannot predict. Encouragement has a remarkable power to lift a weary heart. When someone hears words that remind them they are not alone, hope begins to grow again. That hope becomes the light that guides them forward even when the road ahead feels uncertain. Faith-filled encouragement can transform despair into determination. Many believers describe their spiritual journey as a path filled with unexpected turns. At times the way seems clear and peaceful. At other times it feels narrow and difficult to follow. Yet through every season the presence of God remains constant, offering wisdom, comfort, and direction. This understanding becomes especially important during moments when fear tries to dominate the mind. Fear often whispers that failure is inevitable and that nothing will change. Faith answers those whispers by reminding the heart that divine strength is greater than human weakness. When faith grows stronger than fear, courage begins to rise. Every person carries a unique calling within their life. That calling may not always appear dramatic or widely visible. Often it unfolds through simple acts of kindness, perseverance, and compassion. By living with integrity and love, a person becomes part of something far greater than themselves. You may not yet see the full purpose of your journey, but every step still matters. Each decision shaped by faith moves you closer to the future that God has prepared. Even the smallest act of obedience can create a ripple that changes the course of a life. If these reflections encourage your spirit and remind you of the strength that faith brings, write 1,111 inches the comments to show your trust in God's ongoing guidance. Another important truth is that spiritual growth rarely happens in comfort alone. The moments that challenge our patience and resilience often become the turning points of our transformation. Through those experiences, we learn to rely less on our own understanding and more on the wisdom that comes from above. Consider the countless stories of people who faced overwhelming circumstances, yet discovered a new sense of purpose through faith. Their trials did not destroy them. Instead, those trials shaped them into stronger and more compassionate individuals. The same possibility exists for anyone willing to trust the journey. Why is the government working so hard to bury this 7-second brain ritual? A stunning CIA leak has just exposed a 7-second brain ritual now, allowing regular people to clear debt and invite unstoppable wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is transforming financial struggles into dream lifestyles, new homes, vehicles, vacations. It's all becoming possible. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Hope is not simply a feeling that appears during easy times. It is a steady confidence that continues even when the path becomes difficult. That kind of hope comes from knowing that God's love remains constant through every season of life. When a person holds on to that hope, their perspective begins to change. Problems that once seemed permanent start to look temporary. Obstacles that once appeared impossible begin to feel manageable. Faith becomes the lens through which the future is viewed. The presence of God is often felt most clearly during quiet moments of reflection, when the noise of the world fades and the heart becomes still. A sense of peace often replaces the tension of worry. That peace is one of the greatest gifts of spiritual life. You may find that peace in a moment of prayer, in the beauty of nature, or even in a simple act of gratitude. Wherever it appears, that peace serves as a reminder that divine care surrounds you. It reassures the heart that you are never walking through life alone. Every new day offers another opportunity to trust that care more deeply. With each sunrise comes a fresh chance to move forward with courage and faith. The challenges of yesterday do not have to determine the direction of tomorrow. As you continue on your journey, remember that the strength within you was placed there for a reason. The compassion you feel for others, the determination that pushes you forward, and the hope that refuses to disappear are all signs of divine influence working quietly in your life. When you carry those qualities into the world, you become a source of encouragement for others who are struggling. Your story may become the inspiration someone else needs to keep going. In that way, faith spreads through lives and communities, bringing light into places that once felt dark. Many people spend years searching for clarity about their purpose. They look for signs, direction, and reassurance that their lives truly matter. In those moments of searching, faith becomes a steady light that leads the way forward. It reminds the heart that no life is random and no struggle is meaningless. When someone begins to trust that truth, their outlook slowly changes. The same circumstances that once felt overwhelming start to reveal hidden lessons and opportunities. Challenges become teachers rather than enemies. Difficult moments become stepping stones instead of barriers. This transformation does not happen overnight. Faith grows gradually, much like a seed that takes time to become a strong tree. Each experience adds a layer of wisdom, and each step forward strengthens the roots of belief. Over time, that faith becomes unshakable, even during life's storms. You may have noticed moments recently when your thoughts became more reflective. Perhaps you began questioning the direction of certain choices or considering new possibilities that once seemed distant. Those moments of reflection are often the beginning of spiritual growth. They invite the heart to pause and listen more carefully to the guidance that has always been present. In those quiet moments, many people begin to realize that they are not as alone as they once believed. The presence of God becomes clearer through small signs of grace that appear throughout daily life. A word of encouragement from someone unexpected, a sudden solution to a long-standing problem, or a moment of peace during chaos can all become reminders that divine care is always near. If these reflections are strengthening your faith right now, write 777 inches the comments as a quiet sign that you believe God continues to guide your life. Faith does not remove every difficulty from the road ahead. Instead, it changes the way a person walks through those difficulties. With faith, fear loses its control over the mind. Worry begins to fade, replaced by a deeper sense of confidence that God is working even when circumstances remain uncertain. There are times when people feel discouraged because their progress seems slow. They compare their lives with others and wonder why their own path appears more complicated. Yet every journey unfolds differently, and each person's story carries its own timing. What matters most is not how quickly someone moves forward, but whether they continue walking with trust. Patience becomes one of the greatest strengths a believer can develop. Waiting is rarely easy, especially when answers feel far away. However, patience allows wisdom to grow and prepares the heart for opportunities that would have been overwhelming earlier in life. It teaches a person to rely on divine timing rather than rushing toward uncertain outcomes. Think about the times when something you desired deeply did not happen right away. At first, it may have felt disappointing or confusing, yet later, when circumstances changed, you may have realized that the delay actually protected you from making a decision that would not have been right. That realization reveals how unseen guidance often works quietly in the background. Another important truth about faith is that it brings courage during uncertainty. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means choosing to move forward even when fear is present. When someone places their trust in God's direction, they gain the strength to take steps they once believed were impossible. Every believer eventually reaches moments where a choice must be made between fear and faith. Those moments shape the direction of life in powerful ways. Choosing faith opens the door to growth and opportunity. Choosing fear often leads to hesitation and regret. The good news is that no one has to face those decisions alone. Prayer becomes a powerful way to reconnect with divine wisdom during times of uncertainty. When someone speaks honestly to God about their worries and hopes, they create space for peace to enter their heart. That peace often provides the clarity needed to move forward. Many people discover that prayer also changes the way they view their struggles. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles that block progress, they begin to see them as experiences that develop resilience and understanding. Through that shift in perspective, hope grows stronger. Hope is one of the most powerful forces within the human spirit. It has the ability to sustain people during times when circumstances appear overwhelming. Hope reminds us that difficult chapters are not the end of the story. They are simply part of the process that leads towards something better. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe, proven by neuroscience. This 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. This understanding allows believers to move through life with quiet confidence. Even when the future remains uncertain, they know that divine love continues to guide their steps. That knowledge becomes the foundation of lasting peace. At times, you may feel as though your efforts are unnoticed or your progress is invisible, yet every act of kindness, every moment of perseverance, and every decision to remain faithful adds meaning to your life. These moments may seem small, but together they shape a powerful testimony of resilience. People often underestimate the influence they have on others simply by living with integrity and compassion. A kind word spoken during someone's difficult day can change the direction of their thoughts. A moment of encouragement can give someone the strength to continue when they felt ready to give up. In this way, faith spreads through everyday actions. Your own journey may inspire others in ways you cannot yet see. The struggles you overcome today may become the encouragement someone else needs tomorrow. This ripple effect is one of the beautiful ways God's love moves through human lives. If you feel strengthened by these reflections and believe that your journey still carries purpose, write 1,212 inches the comments to affirm your trust in the path ahead. The future may still contain challenges, but it also holds possibilities that have not yet appeared. Faith encourages us to look toward those possibilities with courage. Instead of focusing on what might go wrong, believers learn to focus on what could go right when guided by divine wisdom. Many of life's greatest breakthroughs arrive after seasons of persistence. People who continue moving forward with faith often discover opportunities that once seemed impossible. Their determination becomes the bridge between hardship and transformation. Remember that growth often happens quietly before it becomes visible. Just as a seed grows beneath the soil before breaking through the surface, spiritual strength develops inside the heart before others can see its results. During that hidden stage, patience and trust are essential. As you continue your journey, hold firmly to the belief that your life carries meaning. Every challenge you overcome adds depth to your character. Every lesson you learn prepares you for new opportunities ahead. There are times when people feel as though they are walking through a fog where nothing ahead seems visible. The next step may appear unclear, and even familiar surroundings feel strange and distant. Yet, it is often within that fog that spiritual growth begins to deepen. When sight becomes limited, trust becomes stronger. Many believers eventually learn that clarity rarely arrives all at once. Instead, it unfolds gradually as each step forward is taken. The path ahead becomes visible little by little, just enough for the next movement of faith. This gentle unfolding teaches patience and strengthens the confidence that God continues to guide every step. The heart also begins to notice that even the smallest blessings carry great meaning during difficult seasons. A moment of peace after a stressful day, a supportive conversation with someone who understands, or a sudden sense of calm during prayer can remind a person that they are not abandoned. These quiet reminders become powerful sources of encouragement. Spiritual awareness often grows through reflection. When people pause to consider how far they have come, they begin to recognize the strength that has developed within them. Challenges that once felt overwhelming become evidence of resilience rather than weakness. Through reflection, the soul realizes that divine support has been present all along. If these thoughts resonate with you and remind you that your life is still being guided with purpose, write 999 inches, the comments as a sign of your continued faith. Faith has a remarkable way of restoring courage when discouragement begins to grow. The world often teaches people to rely only on what they can control and understand. Yet spiritual life reminds us that some of the most meaningful changes occur through trust rather than certainty. When someone places their confidence in God's wisdom, they discover strength beyond their own understanding. This kind of trust allows the heart to remain calm even when circumstances appear unstable. Instead of reacting with fear, a believer learns to pause and seek guidance through prayer and reflection. That pause often reveals a new perspective that would have been missed in the rush of worry. Every person eventually reaches moments where they must decide whether to continue forward or retreat into hesitation. Those moments may involve personal dreams, relationships, or opportunities that require courage. Faith encourages a person to move forward with confidence rather than allowing fear to decide their future. The journey of faith is rarely a straight path. There will always be unexpected turns, lessons to learn, and moments that challenge patience. Yet, those experiences shape a person into someone stronger and wiser. Over time, the heart begins to appreciate how each part of the journey contributes to growth. Another powerful aspect of spiritual life is the sense of community that develops among believers. When people share encouragement, pray for one another, and offer support during difficult times, they create a network of hope. Through these connections, God's love moves through people to strengthen others who feel weak. Encouragement can change the direction of someone's day, or even their entire outlook on life. A simple reminder that someone is valued and supported can restore hope in ways that are difficult to measure. By offering kindness and compassion, believers become instruments of encouragement for those around them. Your own experiences may allow you to understand struggles that others are facing right now. The wisdom you have gained through hardship can become a source of comfort for someone who feels lost. In this way, personal challenges often transform into opportunities to help others. When people begin to recognize the purpose within their experiences, their perspective shifts. Instead of focusing only on what was difficult, they begin to see how those moments shaped their character. Strength, patience, and compassion grow from trials that once felt unbearable. Is it really possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth? This leaked CIA-backed study uncovers a 7-second money ritual that's changing lives right now. Endorsed by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now living their dream lives. Luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Faith also teaches gratitude, even during imperfect circumstances. Gratitude opens the heart to recognize blessings that might otherwise be overlooked. It allows people to appreciate the goodness still present in their lives. Even while facing challenges, through gratitude, the mind becomes less focused on what is missing and more aware of what has already been given. This shift creates a sense of peace that strengthens the spirit. It reminds believers that every day holds moments worth appreciating. If these reflections encourage you to keep trusting the journey ahead, write 1010 inches. The comments as a declaration that you are continuing forward with faith. One of the most comforting truths about faith is the understanding that no season lasts forever. Difficult chapters eventually give way to new beginnings. Just as night always leads to morning, times of hardship eventually lead to growth and renewal. People often discover their greatest strength after passing through moments they once feared they could not survive. When they look back, they realize that those trials revealed courage they never knew they possessed. This realization builds confidence for whatever lies ahead. Hope grows stronger when someone remembers how many times they have already overcome obstacles. Each victory, no matter how small, becomes evidence that progress is possible. These memories of resilience become a source of motivation during future challenges. Life's journey continues to unfold in ways that may surprise you. Opportunities may appear where you least expect them. Relationships may deepen, and new paths may open that lead toward greater purpose. Faith allows the heart to remain open to these possibilities. Trusting God does not mean that every moment will be easy. It means believing that every moment can still serve a purpose within the greater plan of life. This belief transforms uncertainty into anticipation rather than fear. As you move forward, Remember that spiritual growth is a lifelong process. Each new experience adds another layer of understanding and wisdom. The lessons learned today may guide your decisions for years to come. There will always be moments when the path ahead seems unclear. But faith reminds us that clarity often arrives with the next step. By continuing forward with trust, patience, and courage, believers discover that they are capable of far more than they once believed. The presence of God in a person's life becomes evident not only through miracles, but also through the quiet strength that carries them through ordinary days. That strength appears in perseverance, kindness, and the determination to keep believing in a hopeful future. Growth often begins when a person chooses to keep believing even after disappointment. Many people reach a point where they feel tired from trying and waiting. They may wonder if their efforts truly matter or if their prayers are making any difference. Yet, faith gently reminds them that progress is often happening in ways they cannot yet see. When people look back at earlier chapters of their lives, they sometimes realize how many times they were protected without even knowing it. A missed opportunity that once felt painful may later reveal itself as a blessing. A difficult ending may open the door to a new beginning that could never have happened otherwise. These realizations slowly build a deeper trust in God's wisdom. Trust grows stronger each time someone continues moving forward despite uncertainty. Every step taken with faith becomes evidence that the journey still holds purpose. Over time, those small steps form a path that leads toward greater peace and clarity. Many believers discover that spiritual strength often appears during the quietest moments of life. It may arrive while sitting in reflection after a long day, or during a simple prayer spoken from the heart. In those quiet moments, the mind becomes still enough to recognize the reassurance that God's presence brings. The heart begins to understand that divine guidance rarely forces its way into life with loud commands. Instead, it often appears through gentle direction, peaceful conviction, and a growing sense of clarity. Those who learn to listen carefully begin to notice this guidance more frequently. If these reflections strengthen your faith and remind you that your life is still being guided with purpose, write 555 inches the comments as a sign of your trust in God's continued presence. Another important lesson that faith teaches is perseverance. Life rarely unfolds exactly as people expect. Dreams sometimes take longer to appear, and plans may change in unexpected ways. Yet perseverance allows believers to continue walking forward, even when the destination is not fully visible. Perseverance is not simply about enduring hardship. It is about continuing to hope and believe that better days are ahead. This mindset transforms challenges into opportunities for growth rather than reasons to give up. Throughout history, countless individuals have achieved remarkable outcomes because they refused to surrender their faith during difficult times. Their stories remind us that persistence often becomes the bridge between struggle and success. Each step forward brings them closer to the future they hoped for. Faith also encourages humility, reminding people that they do not have to carry every burden alone. Turning to God during moments of weakness allows strength to return. Prayer becomes a way of releasing worries and placing them into the hands of someone who sees the entire path ahead. When someone chooses humility instead of pride, they become open to learning and growth. They begin to recognize wisdom in unexpected places and appreciate guidance from others who care about their well-being. This openness allows new opportunities to enter their lives. Spiritual life often becomes richer when people begin to appreciate the small blessings surrounding them. The warmth of friendship, the comfort of family, and the beauty of simple moments all become reminders of God's care. Gratitude transforms everyday experiences into sources of encouragement. Over time, Gratitude also changes the way people view their circumstances. Instead of focusing only on what feels difficult, they begin to notice the goodness that still exists within their lives. This shift in perspective brings peace and strengthens faith. Could a CIA-leaked brainwave ritual be the fastest shortcut to a life of luxury? Newly released CIA research has just exposed a jaw-dropping brainwave technique that's letting everyday people attract massive wealth almost instantly. This 7-second home ritual, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is transforming debt into dream houses, cars, and luxury getaways. If you're reading this, consider yourself lucky. The page could be taken down anytime. Click the link in the description and comments to know the secret before it's gone forever. Another powerful truth is that every person carries the ability to bring hope to others. A compassionate word or a thoughtful action can change the direction of someone's day. Kindness becomes a quiet way of sharing God's love with the world. When people act with compassion, they create ripples of encouragement that spread far beyond what they can see. Someone who receives kindness during a difficult moment may later pass that same kindness to someone else. In this way, hope continues moving from one life to another. If these thoughts inspire you to keep moving forward with courage and faith, write 1,515 inches the comments as a declaration that you are continuing your journey with trust. Faith also invites people to release the fear of the unknown future. While no one can predict every detail of what lies ahead, believers trust that their lives are held within God's care. This confidence allows them to approach tomorrow with calm rather than anxiety. The future may hold challenges, but it also holds possibilities that have not yet appeared. Opportunities may arise when they are least expected. New friendships may form, and new directions may open that lead toward greater purpose. Remaining open to those possibilities requires courage. Courage means believing that positive change can still occur even after disappointment. It means continuing to hope when circumstances have previously seemed discouraging. People who live with this mindset often discover that life becomes richer and more meaningful. They approach each day with a sense of anticipation rather than fear. Every new experience becomes part of the story that God is helping to shape. It is also important to remember that personal growth is rarely visible immediately. Just as a tree grows slowly before becoming strong, spiritual maturity develops through time and patience. Each lesson learned adds strength to the foundation of faith. Eventually, the changes that once seemed small begin to reveal their impact. The person who once felt uncertain now walks with confidence. The heart that once carried fear now carries peace. This transformation becomes one of the most beautiful aspects of the spiritual journey. Through faith, people begin to see themselves not as victims of circumstance, but as individuals guided toward purpose. Their struggles become part of the story that shaped their resilience. Your own journey continues to unfold in ways that may surprise you. The you have developed through past challenges is preparing you for opportunities that may soon appear. The wisdom gained through experience will help guide you through decisions yet to come. As you continue forward, hold firmly to the belief that your life matters deeply. The steps you take today are shaping a future that still holds promise. Even during uncertain moments, faith reminds you that God's presence remains constant. Every chapter of life adds depth to the story you are living. Some chapters bring joy, while others bring lessons. Together, they create a journey that reveals the power of perseverance, trust, and hope. When people look back on the challenges they have faced, they often notice how much they have changed. The fears that once controlled their thoughts may no longer have the same power. The doubts that once seemed endless may have faded as new confidence emerged. Through perseverance and faith, the person who once felt uncertain becomes someone who walks with greater courage. This transformation does not mean that life suddenly becomes easy. Challenges will always appear in different forms, and new decisions will always require thought and patience. Yet, something inside has shifted. Instead of feeling defeated by every difficulty, the heart now recognizes that it carries the strength to continue forward. Spiritual growth often works quietly like this. It develops through daily choices, through moments of prayer, and through the determination to keep believing, even when circumstances are unclear. Every time someone chooses faith instead of fear, they add another layer of resilience to their spirit. Over time, that resilience becomes a powerful source of stability. As people grow in faith, they also begin to see the world differently. Situations that once seemed meaningless begin to carry lessons. Encounters with others become opportunities to show kindness and compassion. Even ordinary moments begin to feel more significant because they are part of a larger journey. If these reflections remind you that your life is still unfolding with purpose and direction, write 1,717 inches, the comments, as a simple affirmation of your trust in God's guidance. Another important realization often appears during this stage of the journey. People begin to understand that their story is not only about their own experiences. The lessons they have learned and the strength they have developed can become encouragement for others. Through sharing hope, they become part of a larger community built on faith and support. Every act of encouragement carries the potential to change someone's outlook. A kind message or a thoughtful gesture can lift a person who feels discouraged. These moments of connection remind people that they are not facing life alone. They reveal how faith brings individuals together in powerful ways. Many people who once struggled deeply later discover that their experiences prepared them to help others facing similar challenges. The wisdom gained from hardship becomes a gift that can guide someone else through their own difficult moments. In this way, personal trials often lead to meaningful purpose. Faith teaches that even the hardest seasons can produce growth. Just as storms strengthen the roots of a tree, life's difficulties can strengthen the character of a person who refuses to give up. Each challenge becomes a chance to develop patience, compassion, and perseverance. Over time, this understanding creates a sense of calm within the heart. Instead of fearing every obstacle, believers learn to approach difficulties with trust. They know that every chapter of life carries lessons that will shape them for the future. Another beautiful aspect of faith is the way it nurtures hope. Hope allows people to look beyond present struggles and imagine the possibilities ahead. It reminds them that today's circumstances do not determine tomorrow's opportunities. Hope also encourages patience. When people believe that better days are possible, they become willing to continue moving forward even during uncertain times. This patience allows new opportunities to appear in ways that might not have been noticed otherwise. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance? A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual now helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations. It's all happening for real people, but the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Think about the many ways your own journey has already revealed unexpected blessings. Perhaps a setback led you toward a new path that brought greater fulfillment. Perhaps a difficult decision eventually created space for growth and discovery. These experiences show how life's direction can change in meaningful ways. If these words strengthen your determination to keep trusting the journey ahead, write 1,919 inches. The comments as a declaration that you are continuing forward with faith. Faith also brings a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Many people spend years worrying about the future or regretting the past. Yet, when they begin to live with gratitude, they discover the beauty within the present day. The simple moments of life often hold the greatest meaning. A conversation with someone who understands, a quiet moment of reflection, or a peaceful walk through nature can restore the spirit. These moments remind us that joy does not always arrive through grand events. Gratitude transforms the way people see their lives. Instead of focusing on what is missing, they begin to recognize what has already been given. This perspective creates peace and allows hope to grow stronger each day. As faith deepens, people also learn to release burdens that once weighed heavily on their hearts. Forgiveness becomes possible where resentment once lived. Understanding replaces anger, and compassion takes the place of judgment. Through this transformation, the heart becomes lighter. Letting go of past pain does not erase the experiences that shaped a person. Instead, it frees them to move forward without carrying unnecessary weight. When the heart releases bitterness, it creates space for healing and growth. This process takes time and patience. Healing rarely happens instantly. Yet, every step toward forgiveness and understanding brings the soul closer to peace. As you continue walking through your journey, remember that every chapter contributes to the story being written in your life. Some chapters may feel joyful and bright. Others may feel challenging and uncertain. Together, they form a path that leads toward greater wisdom. Your story is still unfolding, and new opportunities may appear in ways you do not expect. The strength you have through past challenges will guide you through the decisions that lie ahead. With faith and perseverance, you will continue moving toward the purpose that has been quietly forming within your life. Trust that the lessons you have learned will serve you well in the future. The compassion you have developed will allow you to help others who need encouragement. The courage you have gained will allow you to face new challenges with confidence. Life's journey continues, step by step, revealing its meaning gradually. Each day offers a new chance to grow, to show kindness, and to strengthen your faith. By embracing these opportunities, you become part of a greater story of hope and transformation. As this path unfolds, remember that you are not walking alone. The presence of God remains constant, offering guidance, strength, and comfort through every stage of life. With patience and trust, the future will continue to reveal possibilities that bring deeper purpose and lasting peace. Many people underestimate how much courage it takes simply to keep moving forward. They believe courage must appear as something dramatic or heroic. Yet, real courage often looks like continuing to hope after disappointment, choosing kindness after hurt, and believing in purpose even when the future feels uncertain. These quiet acts of faith reveal the strength within the human spirit. Every step forward adds another page to the story of your life. Some pages are filled with joy and celebration, while others carry lessons learned through hardship. Both types of moments are necessary for growth. Together, they create a life that holds wisdom, compassion, and resilience. The more people reflect on their journey, the more they begin to see patterns of guidance that once seemed invisible. Events that once appeared random reveal connections that point toward a greater purpose. It becomes clear that many circumstances were leading them toward growth they had not yet understood. When this realization begins to settle in the heart, fear slowly loses its grip. The person who once worried constantly about the future starts to trust that the path ahead will continue to unfold with meaning. Faith becomes less about searching for answers and more about trusting the direction that life is taking. If these reflections remind you that your journey is still guided with purpose and hope, write 222 inches, the comments as a sign that you are continuing forward with faith. One of the most powerful changes that faith brings is the ability to see opportunity within difficulty. Challenges no longer appear only as problems to escape. Instead, they become moments where growth can take place. The person who embraces this mindset begins to move through life with confidence rather than hesitation. Confidence rooted in faith is different from confidence based only on circumstances. Circumstances can change quickly, but faith remains steady. When someone believes that God continues to guide their life, they find strength that goes beyond temporary situations. This strength becomes especially important during times of uncertainty. Life sometimes presents decisions that feel overwhelming. The mind may struggle to weigh every possible outcome, and the fear of making the wrong choice can create hesitation. Yet, faith reminds us that wisdom often arrives through patience and reflection. By slowing down and seeking guidance, the heart becomes clearer about the direction it should take. Prayer, reflection, and quiet moments of listening allow peace to replace confusion. Another important part of the journey involves learning to trust your own growth. The person you are today is not the same person you were years ago. Experiences have shaped your understanding and strengthened your character. Because of this growth, you now carry insight that will help guide your future choices. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This sept-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives, from crushing debt to dream vacations. This could be your shortcut to abundance. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Many people forget to recognize how far they have come. They focus only on what still needs to change, rather than appreciating the progress already made. Taking time to acknowledge growth builds confidence and encourages continued perseverance. Encouragement also plays a powerful role in strengthening faith. Words spoken with kindness can remind someone of their value during moments when they feel discouraged. The simple act of lifting someone's spirit can create a ripple effect that spreads hope through many lives. Your own words and actions may carry more influence than you realize. A thoughtful message, a supportive gesture, or a moment of understanding can become a turning point for someone who feels lost. Through these acts of kindness, faith becomes visible in the world. If these reflections encourage you to keep sharing hope and compassion with others, write 555 inches. The comments as a quiet declaration that you choose to live with faith and kindness. Another beautiful aspect of spiritual growth is the sense of peace that gradually fills the heart. This peace does not depend on perfect circumstances. Instead, it grows from the understanding that life's challenges are temporary and that guidance continues to be present. When peace becomes part of a person's outlook, they approach life differently. They no longer feel the need to control every outcome. Instead, they focus on doing their best with each step, while trusting that the future will unfold as it should. This mindset allows people to experience greater freedom. They become less weighed down by anxiety and more open to possibilities. With each passing day, they discover that hope becomes stronger than fear. Hope has the power to transform the way people see their lives. It reminds them that every chapter of the story still holds potential for growth and renewal. Even when circumstances appear challenging, hope keeps the heart moving forward. Many individuals who once struggled deeply later discover that those struggles prepared them for a meaningful purpose. The patience learned during difficult seasons becomes a source of strength. The compassion developed through hardship allows them to support others with genuine understanding. Purpose often grows from experiences that once seemed painful. Over time, those experiences become the foundation for helping others find their own courage. In this way, personal growth becomes a gift that reaches far beyond one life. As you continue reflecting on your journey, remember that the story of your life is still unfolding. The chapters ahead may hold opportunities you cannot yet imagine. New experiences, relationships, and discoveries may appear in ways that surprise you. Trust that every lesson you have learned is preparing you for what lies ahead. The wisdom gained from past challenges will guide you through future decisions. With faith and patience, each step will reveal new understanding. Life rarely moves in a straight line. It twists and turns through moments of discovery and reflection, yet every turn adds depth to the journey and reveals something new about the person you are becoming. Allow yourself to continue forward with confidence, knowing that growth is still happening with every step you take. The courage formed through your past experiences will help carry you through the challenges that come next. Your resilience is proof that you are capable of far more than you once allowed yourself to believe. Faith invites you to keep trusting the process of life. Even when the full picture has not yet become clear, every step forward still contributes to a greater purpose. Through patience and perseverance, the road ahead slowly begins to reveal itself. As the journey continues, hold firmly to the truth that your life still carries meaning. The kindness you offer, the strength you show, and the hope you continue to hold all become part of a story shaped by resilience and faith. Each new day gives you another chance to grow and to encourage the people around you. As the journey of faith continues, there are moments when a person begins to realize that their life is passing through a quiet transformation. The same heart that once felt overwhelmed by fear begins to carry a deeper calm. The thoughts that once moved quickly with worry begin to slow down and reflect with patience. This change does not happen all at once, but over time it becomes clear that faith has been strengthening the spirit from within. Many people eventually reach a point where they understand that their deepest growth did not happen during the easiest seasons. Instead, it was formed during the times when life felt uncertain, heavy, and difficult. Those moments required perseverance and courage, and through them the soul discovered its true strength. The person who once questioned whether they could endure slowly became someone able to face challenges with greater confidence. Life often reveals its wisdom through reflection. When someone pauses to look back on the path they have traveled, they begin to see how every experience helped shape who they have become. The struggles taught patience, the victories taught gratitude, and the unexpected turns taught flexibility. Every part of the journey played a role in forming a wiser and stronger person. Faith becomes even more meaningful in this stage of understanding. It reminds the heart that every step, even the painful ones, can still lead toward growth and purpose. Instead of fearing what has not yet been revealed, believers begin to trust that the future holds opportunities they cannot fully see yet. This trust brings a quiet confidence that helps them keep moving forward. If these reflections strengthen your belief that your life is still unfolding with purpose and direction, write 777 in the comments as a simple expression of your faith. Another powerful realization appears as people grow spiritually. They begin to understand that their journey can inspire others. The lessons they learned through hardship can become encouragement for someone else facing similar struggles. Through hope and compassion, personal experiences can become a source of strength for others. Encouragement has a remarkable ability to change the atmosphere around someone who feels discouraged. A kind word spoken at the right moment can restore confidence. A supportive gesture can remind someone that they are valued and understood. These moments may seem small, but they often leave lasting impressions. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many people are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has now surfaced, revealing a brain-hacking ritual said to draw wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds. You can do it at home. And it is supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are leaving debt behind and stepping into luxury right now. But this information will not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. When people choose to lift others up, they create a ripple of positivity that reaches far beyond the original moment. One act of kindness can inspire another. And soon, an entire community can be touched by the power of compassion. Faith encourages believers to become part of this chain of encouragement. Another important lesson that develops along the journey is the value of patience. Many dreams take time to appear, and many goals require steady persistence before they become real. Patience allows a person to keep working toward their vision without losing hope during the waiting season. The waiting season can feel uncomfortable because it requires trust before results are visible. Yet this season often prepares the heart for the responsibilities that come with success. It builds discipline, humility, and resilience that will later support future achievements. Think about the moments when something you hoped for took longer than expected to arrive.